Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: Donald Trump makes cryptic comments about calm before the storm. U.S. President Donald Trump is planning to abandon the Iran nuclear deal shortly, according to U.S. media reports. If he fails to certify the accord, Congress will decide whether to reimpose economic sanctions on Iran. Mr. Trump has until the 15th of October to decide. Opposition to the deal was a major part of his campaign last year. Posing for photographers with military leaders on Thursday, he said this was the calm before the storm, but refused to give further details. There was speculation his comments might refer to heightened tensions with North Korea, but the New York Times says people who have been briefed on the matter believe he means Iran. Mr. Trump was seen at the White House with his wife Melania, as well as military leaders, after Thursday's meetings but before dinner together. Gesturing at the people around him, he asked the waiting press if they knew what this represents. "Maybe it's the calm before the storm," he said. When reporters pressed him on what storm he was referring to, he would only say, "Yo, I'll find out." He had earlier told his top defense officials he expected them to provide a broad range of military options, at a much faster pace in future. What happens next? U.S. media say the president will announce next Thursday that he will not be certifying the deal on the grounds it does not serve U.S. security interests. But some of his top advisors, such as Defense Secretary James Mattis, appear to back the deal. The presidency must certify the deal every 90 days. Mr. Trump has already done so twice. If he rejected it this time, Congress would have 60 days to decide whether to reimpose sanctions on Iran. U.S. media reports suggest they are likely to leave the deal in place. Speaking in the White House's cabinet room, President Trump said the Iranian regime supports terrorism and exports violence and chaos across the Middle East. That is why we must put an end to Iran's continued aggression and nuclear ambitions. You will be hearing about Iran very shortly. What is the Iran nuclear deal? The 2015 accord was designed to prevent Iran developing a nuclear weapon, with the president's administration having to certify to Congress that Iran is upholding its part of the deal every 90 days. France, Germany, China, Russia and the UK are also partners in the deal. It lifted some sanctions that stopped Iran from trading on international markets and selling oil. The lifting of sanctions is dependent on Iran restricting its nuclear program. It must restrict its uranium stockpile, build no more heavy water reactors for 15 years, and allow inspectors into the country. Mr. Trump has repeatedly said Iran has broken the spirit of the deal. In a speech to the UN General Assembly, Mr. Trump called the deal, which was brokered while his predecessor Barack Obama was in power, an embarrassment to the United States. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: President Trump and Iran's President Rouhani traded insults at the UN.